Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Okay. I'm audible?
Yes, Prabhuji. Loud and clear, Prabhuji.
Mm-hmm. Okay. ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायण नमस्तुभ्यं नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरये। नष्टां प्रायेषु वध्वेषु नित्यं भागवतसेवया भगवति उत्तमा श्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी। कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकीनन्दनाय च नन्दगोपकुमाराय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः। हरि ओं श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः। चरितं रघुनाथस्य शतकोटिप्रविस्तरम् एकैकमक्षरं पुंसां महापातकनाशनं ध्यायात् नीलोत्पलश्यामं रामं राजीवलोचनं जानकी लक्ष्मणोपेतं जटामकुटमण्डितं शासितून धनुर्बाणपाणिं नत्कराञ्चकदम् रामेति रामभद्रेति रामचन्द्रेति वेदसे यन् नरो न लिप्यते पापैर्भुक्तिं मुक्तिं च विन्दति जगज्जयत्रात्मकेन रामरक्षाभिरक्षितं यः कन्दे धरये तस्य करस्तस्वसिद्धया वज्रपञ्जरनामेदं यो राम कवचं स्मरेत् आव्यह्यताङ्ग सर्वत्र लभते जयमङ्गलम् आदिष्टवान् यत् स्वप्ने रामरक्षमिमं हरां तदा लिखितवान् प्रातः प्रबुधो बुधकौशिकः आरामकल्पवृक्षाणां विरामसकलापदाम् अभिराम अभिरामस्त्रिलोकानां रामः श्रीमान् प्रभु तरुणरूपसम्पन्नौ सम्पन्नौ सुकुमारो महाबलो पुण्डरीकविशालाक्षो चीनकृष्णचीनाम्बरो वेदांतवेद्य यज्ञ विघ्नेश पुराण पुरुषोत्तम जानकी वल्लभ श्रीमान अप्रमेय पराक्रम इत्येतानि जपन् नित्यं तद्भक्त्या श्रद्धयान्विता अश्वमेधनिकं पुण्यं सम्प्राप्नोति न संशया रामं दूर्वादलश्यामं पद्माक्षं पीतवासं स्तुवन्ति नामाभिर्दिव्यैः न ते संसारिणो नरा रामं लक्ष्मणपूर्वजं रघुवरं सीतापतिं सुन्दरं काकुत्स्थं करुणार्णवं गुणनिधिं विप्रप्रियं धार्मिकं राजेन्द्रं सत्यसन्धं दशरथतनयं श्यामलं शान्तमूर्तिं वन्दे लोकाभिरामं रघुकुलतिलकं राघवं रावणारिं रामाय रामभद्राय रामचन्द्राय वेदसे रघुनाथाय नाथाय सीतायां पतये नमः। श्रीराम राम रघुनन्दन राम राम श्रीराम राम भरताग्रज राम राम श्रीराम राम रणकर्कश राम राम श्रीरामचन्द्र शरणं भव राम राम श्रीरामचन्द्र चरणो मनसा स्मरामि श्रीरामचन्द्र चरणो वचसा गृह्णामि श्रीरामचन्द्र चरणो शिरसा नमामि श्रीरामचन्द्र चरणो शरणं प्रपद्ये मतो राम मत्पिता रामचन्द्र स्वामी रामो मत्सखा रामचन्द्र सर्वस्व मे रामचन्द्रो दयालु न अन्ये नैव जाने न जाने मनोजवं मारुततुल्यवेगं जितेन्द्रियं बुद्धिमतां वरिष्ठं वातात्मजं वानरयोधमुख्यं श्रीरामदूतं शिरसा नमामि. So, thank you very much for joining. Today being the 8th day of our Sri Rama Charitamrta in the Madhya Lila. Today we are going to continue in the Aranya Kanda. Yesterday we brought the story to the point where we see that Ravana starts planning to achieve what he wanted. After Surpanaka, she has sent or she had full faith in Kharadushan in Janasthan that they can give protection or she can actually get what she wanted. Uh, she wanted to make sure that Ram and Lakshman are safely handed over to her. What will she do if they are killed? But in the other hand, we see that Ram single-handed had killed Khara and Dushan, and then she moved and reached Lanka, and she went and she started again playing her plan in such a way that she could attract Ravana's attention not to her words, because what is so powerful in her words, but rather attracted towards Sita. And one who is very, very materialistically lusty, and that too when one hears about a person who is so beautiful that one could even struggle to describe. And being her own sister, trusting her that yeah, she would say whatever, and of course understanding that the price that he would get by venturing to get her is priceless. So he wanted to go, but at the same time, yeah, um, he didn't want to go like a king, but he wanted to go like um, a Rakshasa, in the sense that there are no rules and regulations for Rakshasas that, okay, whatever we have, hmm, like a civilized Aryans, we have how to lead a life, how not to lead a life. Whereas Rakshasas, they can just, we may set so many rules, but one who is in the mode of ignorance, they would just break any rule. And the king of all such breakers of law or rules is Ravan. In fact, he considers himself so great because it's not about rules. Because anyway, Indra, Chandra, everyone have followed rules, but they have become servants in his own kitchen, in his own palace. uh, so he is not a person of rules and following the rules, but rather he is a person of following his instinct. And his instinct was fired, or sparked by a strong desire to have that priceless gem in his possession. For that, he plans a trick that he goes to Maricha. I think that's where we wanted to start. Yeah. So we just covered till what happened that Surpanaka tried, and Akampan also started supporting what Surpanaka was telling, and both of them, we can see that in Krishna Lila, we can see that Krishna didn't leave any demon alive. Whoever came from Kamsa, Kamsa sent everyone, and Krishna sent them back. Hmm? Not to Kamsa, but uh, yeah, to wherever higher destination they can go. But here Ram leaves two people. One is Surpanaka, the second one is Akampana. So these two persons are left, and these two persons actually brings the indirect message of calling Ravana for a war. Of course, it's not so explicit and obvious here, but we can see. So this Aranya Kand, especially the second half, has so much to offer before we can even think of quite exciting part, which is Yuddha Kanda with lot of fighting and army and all these things. We can see the strategies. The strategies. Sometimes we also may think why a war is needed when simply one can do play some strategies and with that they can attain anything they want. So here, um, Ravan had planned that he will engage his uncle. Who is that? Marich. So he goes, he looks very easy and he finds him, but in a very strange attire that he didn't expect. Yeah, Rakshasas usually are very fearsome, and here it was more, he was like fearful. Why? Because for Ravan, he saw him to be in the dress code of a monk. A sadhu, usually in the society, how is he considered to be? A person who doesn't have passion, or a person who doesn't has what do you call, the energy, yeah, and enthusiasm to fight against all odds that are there in this world. So a sadhu, because he's a failure. That's why he would just get and join into to become a brahmachari or to become a sadhu or a saint or sannyas. So Ravan impression was also similar. Ravan was thinking. hmm, that this is very strange to see this Marich is in this kind of sannyas, and he even mocked and found it very funny, and he started laughing. And after that, uh, he went and he approached and seeing Ravan himself. Usually he doesn't come, yeah. Rather, just he will send someone, hey, call someone to come to my place. Rather, here it was surprising for him to come here, and Ravan explained uh, how one person has destroyed Janasthan, especially by killing Khar and Dushan. And while he was narrating this, then he also told what it was in detail. He said, there was some king, it seems, he has banished two of his sons, and these sons, yeah, they were characterless, senseless. This is how Ravan addresses Ram and this boys unrighteous, ferocious. These are some of the attributes of those fools that Shurpanaka told me. They were so like that, and he calls himself to be Ram. Hmm? And I want your help uh, to actually what do you call take a revenge to actually show. And not only that, I heard that they have a very precious damsel, celestial being or kind of thing, it seems, and she is Sita, and I would like to abduct her, and then Marish, you come and help me with that. I have a plan. I will capture Sita just like Rahu hides the glow of moon during the lunar eclipse, how the Rahu will cover the moon. Similarly, I am going to catch Sita, and you just distract Ram. Yeah? When you distract Ram, I can have this done. It's not so difficult. It is very easy. With your help, nothing will remain impossible. So he started glorifying, the strategic management style, that no manager will say, hey, do the work. They'll always say, hey, it's so nice if you do the work. It's so, they appreciate for it. And that, let us avenge the insult done to the Rakshas dynasty. So, also putting that here, he's unbiased. He's not looking only for him, that Sita he wanted, but he wanted to say, whole Rakshas dynasty will be proud of what you do. So let's go to do that. When Marich heard this, was what happened to his nephew? Was he out of his mind to think about this? Is he so foolish, so childish to think about? Uh, uh, does he know about whom is he talking about? What is his plans? What can it work or not work? Hmm? So he's saying, even say, did you say Ram? Did you say Ram? Even for pronouncing Ram, also Marish was struggling, because any word that started with Ram was throwing shivering to his spine, through the spine, because he was scared, because he himself had bad experience. Yeah, there are two incidents that happened in his life that he never forgot, and in fact, not only that he didn't forget, he became a sannyas just because out of fear. Huh? And with eyes popping out of anger, he said, which fool is advising you? Hmm? If someone is advising you to go and mm, mm, do this, so just accept him not to be your friend. A friend would never put one into trouble, and that's why you should better understand. When you say about Ram, Ram is like a lion among men. Mm, so don't ever think that he is just a human being. For you, you may think you are a Rakshasa, great, and he is a human being, a very, very inferior. No, uh, let this sleeping lion lie. Don't wake him up. And then, in fact, uh, if you want a long life, I advise you to forget your plans and just go back. Ravan, for him, he didn't expect any kind of reply. For him, he was expecting just action and do it as an instruction. It's very easy to find sweet talkers everywhere, but yeah, I'm telling for your own welfare. They have no idea who is Ram. If you incite Ram's anger, rest assured that whole Lanka, you are telling about protecting Rakshasa dynasty's pride. Forget about that. If you take any wrong step, Ram will just destroy the whole Lanka. Hmm? For him, that's not a big thing. And then, uh, now that I think of it, it seems to me that Sita was born to pave the way for your destruction. Ram cannot be separated from Sita. So if you snatch Sita, who is inseparable from Ram, how is it possible that Ram just will let it happen? I strongly recommend that you do not interfere with Ram when Sita is around. So better don't take risk. In fact, let me brief you about Ram. Who is Ram? That maybe you have heard something wrong. ఏంటి? Maybe you have heard something wrong. Let me tell, because I had personal experience. Let me share that. So he said he left the kingdom voluntarily to prove that his father was truthful. It's not that his father kicked him out because he's a worthless son or is um, senseless. No, it's not like that. His conduct is a standard for good character in human society even today. I mean, that time. So everyone are ever eager to follow in his footsteps. Even the demigods aspire to have these qualities in them. Yeah? Ram is not at all selfish, as you say. In fact, he is Dharma personified, which means all whatever you have heard is not fact. Huh? And he even said, you are so proud about your Chandrahas that Chandrahas is nothing in front of him. Huh? What you may think, hey, I have nice weapon or power and all these things through which I can do. Huh? But don't do all this. Huh? Don't think I'm speaking out of naivety. Every word I speak today is because of my experiences. One experience we already know, so I'll not speak much. One experience is when Vishwamitra was performing yajna in Siddhashram at that time. Uh, Let me know if online viewers, if you yeah, face any issues, because I mean I'm just speaking to one who is present here. If there is some issue, let me know. So yeah, Vishwamitra, he takes Ram and Lakshman's support, and then at that time Marich and Subahu wanted to disturb. At that time, Ram shot an arrow which was a blunt arrow, because of which it didn't pierce, rather it just thrusted hit that he fell far, far away in the ocean and somehow survived. So that is one. Another thing was in the forests of the Dandakaranya, especially in Janasthan area, there used to be three deers. And these three deers, what they used to do is they are very special deers, and they go into the ashramas. Yeah, we know that, yeah, in the case of Bharat Maharaj, yeah, yeah, we can see deers are very soft, not in terms of skin, but also not wild animals, right? So, or not or not carnivorous, and appreciated in the ashram to come. So what these three deers used to do was that they used to come along with the other deers. Of course, the other deers, because of the smell that was emanating from these, were not normal like any other deers. They could understand that these are not ordinary, so they try to be away. And when the time came, then these deers jump on the sadhu saints or anyone who are there, and then they used to come out in their own form and used to kill. That's what these rakshasas who could change the form, they could change into this deer form and used to kill so many. So once when this happened, at that time when Ram, Lakshman, Sita were walking in the forest of this, that time we tried to do something. Somehow the two were killed. I was where with narrow escape, I could survive and come. So these things are definitely something that I have my own personal experience, and that's why I would say that be careful. He continued, and in fact, he said, Ravana, consider my advice seriously. Do not pick up a fight with Ram. Uh, and do not blame him for killing Khara. Why? Did he come and kill, or did he got killed by going himself? He did it only out of self-defense. If you want to blame anyone for death, it is to be blamed by Surpanaka. She was the one who has provoked Khara and Dushan with her tricky and what do you call this? Manipulated mm, conversation or message, and that's why the truth was that your sister fell in love with Ram and was going to divorce Sita, and that was the reason to safeguard life of Sita. Lakshman had to take something violent step, and no one um, would dare to speak Ravana like this. But Marich, because he became, at least he became a pseudo sadhu, maybe not a pakka sadhu who understands what is the soul and all. At least out of fear, he has become a pseudo sadhu, means at least he learned lessons because of his life, has taught whatever little, and then he was genuinely saying out of, yeah, because his uncle. Yeah, his uncle to Ravana. So he was just telling in his elderly position, thinking that Ravan will hear and understand. But Ravan, uh, he was not at all. Um, he was thinking, hey, what is happening here? I come to a person, first of all, that doesn't happen. The person comes to me. I tell to the person and he does it. But here, even after he sees, he said what he wanted, he is going to hear a big class from Maricha about what he should do and what he should not do. That was too much, but still, Ravan depended on Marich. So, though he was speaking foolishly for him, from his point of view, he still, though he became, yeah, he said, your words are like seeds planted in a dry, barren land. Whatever all you are saying is no use. Why? Because I'm fixed. I'm fixed means fixed. He says, I reject them as a person with a death wish rejects healing medicine. So, neither a demon nor a demigod can change my decision. Very clear. And then he even said, I haven't come to you for any advice. He's telling to elderly person, first thing. Second thing is, I didn't ask you to find faults in my ideas also. So I have come here only to do what? He is now, I think, did yesterday we cover any Gita? Surpanaka Gita did we cover? No? Yesterday, no Gitas? At least we covered one Gita, no? Manthara over. After that, there was another Gita. Uh, mm, Anyone from the online? I remember we covered one more Gita. I forgot what is that.
Krishna, I think Mantra Gita is what I recollect from.
That is over. Anyway. Anyway, do we want to hear Ravan Gita? Latest from the press. He says, first of all, don't you know the etiquette of dealing with your king? Uh, how to deal with the king is what Ravan says. You should stand with folded hands, speak only pleasing words, and satisfy his hunger for respect. Not hunger for stomach, but hunger for. So, king is always demanding respect, and respect is the crucial thing. Of course, on a positive note, what Ravana is telling is right. Uh, a king should be respected. Huh? But what kind of king should be respected? If you see in Bhagavatam, we can see that who was that who was killed by the Brahmanas? And yeah, not Nemi. Oh, hey, come on. From whose body, from his bones, again, then they.
King Vena.
Thank you, King Vena, right? So King Vena, he was also in the same spirit, thinking, "Hey, are you guys very jealous of my position?" He tells to his own ministers, to the Brahmanas, "You don't have any other job, rather than finding faults in me and always being envious of my position. Go and do something good. In fact, I am the king. I am the representative of the Lord. Don't you know that?" So, because I am the representative of Lord, you have to worship me. This is Vena's Gita. What is Ravana's Gita is here. We see that you should stand with folded hands, speak only pleasing words, and satisfy his hunger for respect. No king appreciates contradiction of his ideas, even if for his benefit. Don't you remember the code of Dharma? The king is a representative of gods. Please please him and live prosperously. And displeasing him means dying like a street dog. Hmm. So this is what Ravan said. Just do what I say. Disguise yourself in the golden deer form and do your act. You are only responsible for acting. Whatever results and everything, I am the one who's taken. For this one mission, I will give you half my kingdom. Ravan, who has so much, yeah, in fact, he has 320 million Rakshasas, how much space it would occupy, and half of it, yeah, he would like to offer it to Marish. And who is Marish? He was a life transformed monk. So something should attack, na, tempt him. So this is what he says. And Marich wanted to say something, but Ravan, he immediately threatened. He just, uh, and then Marich had always known that it was useless making enemies with anyone who was dexterous with weapons, anyone who knew your secrets, anyone who was powerful master, anyone who was a fool. There is no purpose of making enemy with one who is fool. And here Ravan is put in that category that he is not only, of course, Dexter's, he has power. Definitely, he has. Marish knows he has no chance to win over Ravan, but he also knows that he is a fool. So he had very little choice. And now the choice is between two things. He either can die in the hands of Ravana or die in the hands of Ram. Death is decided, death is confirmed. So that is the choice he had. He had to either die now at Ravana or Ram. As soon as this thought of death at hand of Rama crossed his mind, he just thought, wow, at least that is better. Because we know, right, when Krishna is killing the demons, what is happening? He is getting Sukriti. Huh? So he thought there was nothing to speak any further. So he just prepared. What he prepared, he himself transformed into oh no, he just joined Ravan. He came out of that ashram and then he joined Ravan to go to the spot where Ram, Sita, Lakshman had their Parnashala. And this is the place where Ravan said, now start attracting with your talent. Of course, should I tell her, should do I need to tell you how to act? You are expert, anyway. So he inspired Maricha to go and act such a way that Sita can be distracted, or rather, with Sita's distraction, Ram will be distracted. So that was his plan, and then he finally reached that place, and yes. And then Sita saw this deer from far, and of course, she was so much attracted because this deer was not ordinary. It was having a golden skin with silver spots, with the stomach which was very, very shiny, with horns which were having purple colors, and the tail which was rainbow color. All extraordinary, as if like someone these days, na, what do you call this? AI painting. Yeah, you just give the features and it will start painting. No, I think Marich had painted himself in this unusual form of the deer, which definitely will attract, right? Today, if one draws a painting, maybe it may not have so many likes, but if it's made of AI, uh, people just start liking. Whether it's reality or not doesn't matter. Hmm? So for a moment, the deer would look at Sita, and Sita looks the deer, and yeah, it was very nice that Sita thought, "What a wonderful deer! I have never seen such a beautiful deer in my life, and how nice if I can have this." Yeah, so that's what Ravan wanted, and that's what Sita was also thinking. Sita fell in love with this deer. She dropped everything she was doing at that time. She was going to pluck flowers and. In the garden everything is gone for a toss, and I just need to have it. So this excitement forced her to just go to Ram and Lakshman and said, see, there is something, this is an amazing deer that I really want to have it in our as a pet, or but Lakshman, he was saying, hey, how is it possible that such a deer can exist? So this, I don't think this is really a deer. If for me, this looks definitely, it's not a product of God's creation, but some other Why? Because of about association. This deer is not associating with the other deers. Other deers are not. Usually we see deers are together because they are scared that all of a sudden a tiger may or a lion may come. So they are always in what do you call club? Club or herd? Herd. So so they are going close to the deer, and after they go close, because the smell that is coming, they just move away. So he said, "This can't be a deer. I can almost vouch that this should be Marich." In fact, Lakshman could even guess that this deer could be Marich because in the previous incident, what Marich was narrating to Ravan, he said, na, that we were three deers, we were disguising ourselves, and then at that time I had a narrow escape. So Marich, Lakshman knows one deer escaped, and this one deer was Marich. So maybe this deer has come in this form again. Huh? This shape shifting demon that has tried to attack us disguised as carnivorous deer, I think it has come now again. Uh, so this is Gandharva myth that something can be reality of like this. So I think this is a fan. If something would have really existed, that is possible only in fantasy, which means it cannot exist. Now this is what Lakshmana said, and Sita, because she's attracted to that, she said, "This deer has stolen my heart." And she started asking her husband, "Please bring me this deer, beautiful deer for me. I know you are very, very gracious. So please know that I want to play with this and take back with us to Ayodhya. That is what I want to do. So please look at this movements and everything." She starts persuading. She says, "Even if you are unable to capture it alive, kill it, so that this skin is so nice, huh? Huh? I know, sorry, excellent seat for sitting. Yeah? So usually we know, right? Tiger skin, deer skin are the skins that are used for a good reason by either aesthetics who are doing tapasya, or even in the royal um, courtyards, courtrooms also. So she said, I shouldn't be pestering you, but this is one thing I would like to ask. And in fact, Sita asked so lovingly, and Ram heard to it, and he said, "My happiness resides in having this deer, so bring." And Lakshman said, "Oh Ram, don't be deluded by this demon. The demons are surely planning to do something. I can clearly see some sinister who is plotting all these things." So definitely Lakshman was saying, but Ram, he's saying, um, he says the number of living beings in this universe is far too big to keep a track. Means we are not in a position to tell whether this is a real deer or a fake deer. Why? Because what we would have seen in our life are very, very little compared to there is so much creation that can be there. And he starts quoting his examples, and and finally he says that, "But if what you said also proves to be true, that this deer is Marich, it's even nice opportunity that we can kill Maricha, because he's a demon who is causing disturbances to all. So, in fact, then it is my duty to kill him, just like sage Agastya destroyed Vatapi." So, in that way, so to protect dharma, if I see in that way also, it is right that I have to go and kill. I can just figure it out. If it is a real deer, that's fine, we can bring it. If it is a marriage, then I'll just kill. There is no problem. And in fact, he says, Agastya Muni, he told to keep Sita happy. This is also when he was telling, when he was giving weapons, he was also saying, in these 25 years, she had never asked me anything. This is the first time she expressed that desire, and how can I just ignore saying so? Uh, so while Ram and Lakshman were discussing, Marich, of course, Marich is not a deer, right? So he is a demon. He could just follow, and he wanted to make things more pressing for Sita to take a call. So Sita just say, "Hey, don't just continue arguing all these things. So better you do one. You just get this. In this, don't discuss so much. The deer will run away. We will lose him. So let's not use the opportunity." And Ram said, "Lakshman, Uh, um, you just take care. Apply all your intelligence and vigilantly protect Sita. Which means if um, if what you said, yeah, this is a trick of some sinister, then we need to protect Sita. In fact, Sita is very crucial uh, uh, for us, that we protect her. That is main thing. And after this, um, just before Ram goes to catch Maricha, we know what happened is that Ram and Sita gets into the ashram, and of course, the secret is revealed in the Yuddha Kanda why they go in. But of course, we know that's why we say this is the moment where Ram swaps the real Sita with Chaya Sita, with the shadow Sita. This this Chaya Sita is none other than Vedavati. Vedavati is the one who has cursed uh, Ravana, and also uh, takes a vow that she will be the cause of his destruction. Uh, Anyway, so that is arrangement. Even Lakshman doesn't know. That's why he challenges, or he is surprised. How come my brother can ask, what is it called? Agni Pravesh of Sita. Yeah, where he knows the relation between Ram and Sita, right? But anyway, so that is the point. And now, what happens is, um, this Ram starts chasing this Maricha, this golden deer, and then Ram was almost on the verge of catching it, but just when he was about to catch, the deer just surprised him by running immediately. And when Ram is looking where is the deer, and then finally when he goes again closer, so it was just playing, and then he one moment the deer was springing very high into the air, and it was um, pranking on the ground. It was just laying flat on the ground. All these things it was doing. Ram also noticed that even once the deer did not totally disappear from his view, it always made sure that it was within Ram's sphere of vision. Yeah, I don't know if you have seen Ramanand Sagar Ramayana, where you see that this deer was visible here, disappears visible there. Na? So it was always making sure that it attracts the attention of Ram, thinking, "Oh, now I am tired." Of course, Ram in fact becomes tired and frustrated also, and but Marich succeeds to keep Ram chasing him, and then finally Ram understood that definitely there is no doubt. He had no doubt that this can be a deer. So definitely it's not a deer. And then he understood that what Lakshman said was right. And after all this, now he gets ready, because now he knows, he's very sure this is a demon. He takes a bow. Sorry, you know, he shoots an arrow, and that was enough. That was enough that this Marich deer gets killed. As the deer um, was running away, the deer was attacked and fell down and died. But before dying, this deer turned again back to Rakshas form. I think you may know that one can, what do you call, practice mysticism, and with that mysticism one can change his forms. Yeah. um, you know, I don't know if you have seen, sometimes in the we see that when a dead lion is there, a sage can enter into this. Yeah, in fact we know how Adi Sankaracharya also does this parakaya pravesha, which means by entering into the body of a dead king, a dead prince, uh, so that he can understand how is the grahastha, young grahastha life. Shankaracharya was a brahmachari, right? So when he was challenged, what is the feelings of a newly married person? So he does this kind of parakaya pravesha. Para means other, kaya means body, pravesh means to enter. So here actually this deer transforming Marich, yeah, when he died, what happens is just before dying he comes into his uh, Rakshasa form, and not just that, what he does, as per the plan was, he even starts mimicking the voice of Ram and screams, "Hey Sita, hey Lakshman." as if like he was about to die, and out of this, as if like calling for help, or so the entire forest reverberated with that call that he made, "Hey Sita, hey Lakshman." Ram was shocked to understand, oh, there is something this Marich has transpired that is the cause of his suffering. And and then um, Ram started panicking, and then he understood this is a trick, something that is going to really happen in his absence, though he was running back to go back to his uh, hermit hermitage, yeah, not hermitage. Yeah, even as he died, the demon has managed to exact his revenge, whatever was the plan that he just implemented. And finally, then when Sita Devi heard this, she, out of feminine sense of concern, sense of fear, and she thought, "Hey, oh, what has happened? This something is very strange here." Why? Because she heard um, that Ram is in trouble. So she starts thinking, and she starts worrying, and she tells Lakshman, "Lakshman, did you hear? Your brother is in trouble." Huh? From the moment she heard the cry of her husband, Sita felt extremely guilty. Of course, yeah. Of course, Lakshman was suggesting, "Hey, there can be a trap. Don't." And she started feeling guilty. Why? Because her own lord, her own life is in danger just because she asked to get her this Marich deer. So she had known that Lakshman had been very skeptical about the whole thing and had already warned multiple times, but because she didn't do, he was right and she had been wrong, and now Ram was clearly in trouble. So Sita was thinking, "Hey, did you hear?" Hmm? And then and there was nothing she could do except see to it that Lakshman reached him fast enough to provide for support. Because someone is so. But while this was happening, Lakshman was calm. Why? Because he was having complete confidence in his brother. Because nothing, no one can do anything. So that's why he was cool. But seeing his cool, she thought he is indifferent, as if like he was insensitive. Because she felt that he was insensitive, the more and more his behavior was, which was normal on a normal day, became abnormal on this abnormal day. This abnormal day, she started suspecting, what is this happening here? And she thinks that this contradiction sowed a seed of doubt in her heart. Why are you sitting so unperturbed when your brother is in trouble? Didn't you hear, yeah, your brother calling? Yeah, haven't you come here to serve and assist him with his needs? Right now he is in need and in trouble, so you need to protect. She began hurling, asking questions, and Lakshman said, "Relax, mother." And when he said, "Everything is perfectly fine," Lakshman tone to Sita sounded almost sarcastic. Though he was just saying to console her, "Don't worry," not worry. She felt it was sarcastic. Why was he behaving this way? Sita was doubting. She's starting, "Are you your brother's enemy?" Hmm? So the sense of doubt starts before before what do you call this? Confirming. She starts uh, asking questions. Of course, is a sign of confirming. But these questions are not asking questions, but actually allegations. Hey, are you an enemy of your brother? Are you in the garb of a friend, but not the friend of uh, Ram? How can you be so complacent when such an emergency is there? You should act quickly. She has raised her voice to a large extent, and Lakshman was totally unmoved even then. He's saying, "Oh, Devi, your husband is no ordinary human. He's not ordinary, I know. Huh? Even demigods put together can even um, pluck a single hair from his body. So no one can do all, even not all the asuras, gandharvas, devatas, no one can do anything. That insignificant Marich is of no consequence to Ram. So calm down. There's no one who can cause harm to Ram. Your attachment is blinding to your reality of his greatness. Don't worry and relax." While he was saying this, he was just trying to be composed. Uh, uh, um, And then, how can you say that Ram is not in trouble after hearing him screaming? Sita was um, not uttering, was now uttering like that. And he said, Lakshman was saying, oh mother, he gives few examples and says, don't worry. This Saumitri has learnt enough warfare tricks of demons to be fooled by them. No, I know this is definitely a trick of that Asuras. And I know, don't worry, you go back inside and stay secure. But when Lakshman was trying to bring confidence in Sita, she was still thinking that, what is he doing? Seeing her condition and hearing the words, she was at Lakshman stood up to face her. She was saying, hey, Lakshman was you are a stigma to Raghu dynasty. You are a cheater. You are an imposter. You are a villain. She started telling whatever comes to her mind. You are bent to some mischief, and you have some ulterior motive of staying calm or not doing anything. I see a wicked face hidden under the mask of morality. I think you are waiting for this moment for doing something which is not what is right. So you are a trait or a spot, black spot on Ikshvaku dynasty. And then he understood. Try to understand that Janasthan is not a safe place anymore. We are directly subjected to the effects of Rakshasas. So, at any time, power will try to disunite us. Now, more than ever, in 13 years, how much you have trusted me, this is the most important time you should trust me than any other time. I can go away from here, uh, but you have to understand I cannot because Ram has given me the responsibility to take care of you. Hmm? I have no other intentions in staying back. I cannot disobey his orders. That's why I'm here. I know why. And Sita is saying, I know why you are staying here when your brother is in trouble. I think you have been waiting for your brother to go away so that you can enjoy me. Hmm. Very strong. Lakshman felt this was unbearable, as if like a very red hot needle that is pierced to through the eyes sometimes, right? It's so painful. Sita words were like fireballs. Huh? Jealousy is not uncommon among step brothers. This is what happened. Bharat was behind the kingdom, and you are behind. Uh, I mean, behind the kingdom. That's why he tricked that way. And I think Bharat has sent you so that when the right time comes, then you can harm your brother here in the forest. Before you lay your dirty hands on me, I shall drown myself in Godavari. So she was saying, I will not touch a stranger even with my foot. I cannot live without Ram. She started speaking all this and she started beating her stomach and chest and all. And then Lakshman began walking away from Sita and he said, for 13 years long, all day and night, all he had served her with all menial service he could do. But what he has heard is this and he said, okay, thank you for your kind words. I'm leaving you as per your desire. Finally. But take it from me, when I return here with Ram, you will not be there. You will have plenty of time to repent for this acquisition. Accusation. Yeah, accusation. Um, but it's a pity that I can't protect. So please accept my respect for the last time. And then he leaves as per what she said. When Lakshman leaves, then enters the devil or enters Ravana. Ravana was exactly waiting for this exact moment when there is no one around Sita. Just how cheap is Ravan? On one side, we can see Ravan is such a deadly that he had scared people in all planets. But here we see that he approached Marich for doing this, and after that, when Ram, um, yeah, how did he go? He went in the form of a sannyas. He went in form of a parivajagacharya. Uh, in sannyas means one who is traveling with all numerous disciples all over. So that he when did did I think we will come later when Hanuman goes to see test who is that brothers, he doesn't go in this, he goes in a bhikshuk sannyas. He goes in a bhikshuk sannyas because he is in a devotee will not show off. Whereas here, Ravan, even in sannyas, he wanted to have this all followers, disciples with him. Anyway, finally, he goes in that form, and then he goes there to start understanding what is whether he is in right time, right position that he can start conversing with Sita and then start executing his plan. He said, "Oh goddess, you are like a lotus stem garlanded with lotus flowers." When he goes and he sees every limb of your exquisite body resembles a lotus. I can tirelessly describe the beauty of you. Huh? I can vouch that no woman on this earth or in the heavens can even come close to your beauty by a zillion miles. So, this is how Ravan is glorifying the beauty of Sita. Of course, one can glorify the beauty of other person when his heart is pure, but here Ravan is filled with lust, and that is what the one who was holding the danda and kamandala when he came to this place. Huh? As soon as when he saw that Sita came out, actually she was weeping because where is Ram? Where is Lakshman? She is all alone. She kept her head in her hand and was crying. But when this bhikshuk or when the sannyas came, when he was speaking, then she got distracted. She came to see him, and when she came out, Ravan saw the beauty, and she got totally mesmerized, and she started glorifying her. And seeing, hearing this strange speech of sannyas, Sita began to wonder. Surely something did not seem quite right. First, why would a wandering sannyas come to a forest to beg when he should be in the cities begging for alms? Parivaracharya, usually they want people, right? They are going to the people to transform them. But what is the business that he will have in the forest? This is one thing. And second is, why would a sannyas praise a woman's physical attributes? And then, how would a sannyas know about the beauty of celestial beings when he was glorifying? So, Sita was not sure who is this. On the other hand, she was worried about Ram's safety. So, she didn't want to invite a new problem. Already, problems are there. On a bad day, problems are anyway given. One have to navigate through that carefully. Realizing that Sanyas might misconstrue her silence, she narrated what has happened, everything in a short way. And innocently, Sita asked about who is this guy? Why is he traversing in the Dandakaranya? And then Ravan was started telling about himself. How he tells? He cannot tell he is Ravan. So he is only what? He is only a sannyas. But he says, I am a sannyas of Lanka. And then he starts telling who is the Lord of Lanka. And then he starts telling greatness of Ravan. Huh? So he starts saying, I hail from a place where there is a heaven on earth. This place is nothing but Lanka. And you know the who is the Lord? Lankeshwar. And he starts telling that he is so magnanimous in his dealing that gods pour into his palace uh, to earn his grace and protection. It is not that the gods are coming for protection, it is that they are trying to run for protection. And in fact, you know what? This Ravan is so great. Why? Because and Shiva has such a high regard for him that he bestowed him special sword called Chandrahas. Shiva is so his Ravan is so great that Shiva gave him Chandrahas. And of course, he is world renowned for traveling in his celebrated Pushpak Viman, which he snatched from his brother Kubera. So he is not ordinary, he is great. Many actually have begun to consider Ravan to be glorious than Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh. Huh. Self, what do you call self? Ah, self glorification. And why not when even the sun and moon obey his will and the Navagrahas are his doormats? So for him, he is not ordinary. Naturally, the one who has Indra and Varuna as his watchmen has to be the most powerful man in the universe. And Ravan is so powerful. And I am coming from there. And he even started saying, he is so attractive that there is no one in the world who is not attracted to his beauty. Just if a damsel is just going, they're running like a magnet to Ravan. They're so much attracted. This is what he was saying. Come on, his chance, he can say anything. So he is in the search of a special goddess who is just suited for his temperament. Ah, Sita was taken aback when, as soon as all this, Ravan was telling. He was, "Ah, didn't I ask about this guy, and why is he telling about the whole greatness of Ravan?" And that too, anyway, they were not. They already know who is Ravan. No, not such a great person. Why would you then associate with demons completely immersed in this bodily concept of life? Hmm? Don't you have any conscience that directs you to choose the right company? Huh? What is that? And when Sita asked this question, then say Rakshasas are not as bad as you thinking. Rakshasas, come on, are very good. You don't know. Maybe people think bad about Rakshasas. Oh, Sita, in fact, the world will have to change their opinion about Rakshasas. We are very good people. Please, there is no other alternative now. They will soon be ruling the universe. Now, whether they are good or bad, you have to just accept. They are going to rule the. Not as long as my Lord is around. He has vowed to destroy the sinful demons that obstruct the spiritual practices of great sages. She's still thinking, benefit of doubt. Who is Ravan here? Sannyas. So she's saying, don't, the Rakshasa are there. I think you are scared, that's why you are glorifying. But my husband is there who is going to kill all the Rakshasas to protect the sages. Ravan was just laughing and he said, if humans had the capacity to destroy Asuras, huh, huh, then surely rabbits would be killing elephants and deers. This is what can happen, but it's impossible. And yeah, Sita began to get angry because yeah, Ravan said in this occasion that humans are useless, insignificant in front of the Rakshasas. She got immensely hurt and she started saying, you know what, you're telling about them, but Ram could very easily kill Virada, he could kill Khara and Dushan and anyone for that matter. All these are Rakshasas, but he could kill. Huh? Dharma can never really be overpowered. It may seem that adharma is winning, but it does not last longer for long time. Anyway, and then Ravan said, Virada, Khara, and all the demons that you told, na, they are just like milk drinking demons who are not very cultured and matured in all the tricks. But Ravan is so powerful. Hmm? You are speaking so highly about the power of Ravan. Sita is saying, you are speaking so highly about the power of Ravan. Where was his power when the thousand-armed Kartya Virya Arjuna, anyway, there is whole other connections to this part, is arrested him and threw him in a prison house. No, nothing happened. Don't underestimate the power of dharmic people. They are very powerful. And anyway, so I'll not go into the detail because that gives a further story within the story. How could she insult him so badly? Why did she remind him of the great defeat? Who does she think she is? And this made uh, Ravan become so much angry. He became extremely angry. He said, just, I think it's enough. If she knows that I'm Ravan, I think that is the answer. She would not even speak, she wouldn't dare. So he just ripped apart this saffron clothing that he had, and then you say, now I am Ravan. He started identifying or showing his identity. Screaming in anger, he kicked the plate of fruits and roots in front of him, scattered them all over the room. Rupa, when we went, where is this? Panchavati, na? Where is this? Nagpur only, correct. Nagpur. Yesterday someone were asking. I saw when I went, na, I saw this. There is a place, there is still a hut, and they make it all a kind of a 3D visualization where there is a sari of Sita on the rock where it has its impression, and all this coconut which is broken, and all these things are there just to give a visualization. And she said, he grabbed the sannyas staff and broke it into two pieces, and then gone with the simple saffron attire. Now he is a Rakshasa with 10 heads, with diamond-studded gold crown, and all that, and also had the Chandrahas in his hand. You have invited calamity. He's saying, what a foolish woman are you? You have invited problem into your life. What are you telling? He starts threatening. You are a woman, I would have sliced the tongue. Hmm? Had it been anyone else. While he was so angry at the same time, can he um, have a bad impression of himself? No, no, no. That's dangerous. No? In the end, whatever his plan is to take Sita is for enjoying, uh, not to prove his greatness. So again, no, no, no. You see, don't be upset with me, oh goddess of beauty. Whatever I've done, don't worry. One look at me, and you will certainly forget your mortal husband. No woman has been able to resist my charm. I am so beautiful. After seeing you, I have lost my interest in all my wives. So he started telling about himself, and then he said, uh, from the moment you step into my palace, 5,000 women will serve you. All this nice, great offer. What can Ram give you? What, first of all, he himself, nothing except suffering and sorrow. The one who succumbed to the whims of a woman and relinquishes his kingdom without putting up a fight, how much will such a person protect you? When Kaikei told that, he just came out. He didn't even say, no, 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 this is my right, my kingdom. What will he protect you? He will not protect when time comes. And your feet as soon as you take my hand, and the Ravan extended his hand towards Sita, gently smiling to seduce her to submit. But that was too much. She became so angry. huh? And then she said, you fool, you seek me in, is like dog seeking leftover of a sacred yajna. Which means she is saying, hey, I'm already married. Huh? Yajna means which is lawfully dharmic done. So, knowing that life is as transient a drop on a grass, uh, why would I disregard a life of purity in such place? My husband is lion-like man. Hmm. And anyway, she says further, it is easier to drink poison and hope to survive than to kidnap the wife of Ram and hope to live. This is a warning she is giving. Huh? It's not easy. And then touching me is like removing a particle of dirt from your eyes with a needle, or like licking a sharp sword. Yeah, you don't try to hold glowing fire that will just burn you. And then she starts also glorifying Ram. Ram, what are you thinking? Ram is like nectar. He's not like a bitter juice like you. There is whole comparison that she says, and says, when Sita was telling greatness of Ravan, it was so painful for Ravana to hear. Why? Because Ravan is accustomed to be glorified of his glories. He cannot hear to someone else glorification. He said, "Oh foolish woman, you are comparing me with Ram." For him, he's still thinking, hey, I'm a Rakshas and he's just a human. I can twist him around my little finger. Ram, just little. You are fortunate that I have personally come to ask you for your hand. And Sita is asking, if you are so great, why do you come when my husband is not there? Uh, huh? When you really are so great, he says, Raman, if you are so strong as you claim, why don't you wait and fight, my husband, when he comes back, by sending a fake golden deer? This is what you are doing. Aren't you ashamed of yourself? How can you call yourself a warrior? Yeah, if you have this. And then Ravan, he starts giving second part of his Gita. What his second part is? He says, I will tell you why I am not fighting with him. We all might want to know, right? The reason is, with them, they are tiny human beings. With tiny human, you have to fight with equals, right? These are tiny human beings, and it is an insult to my glories to battle against these people. It is below my dignity. Besides the word, you said I'm cheating. Decide. No, this is not decide. It is a strategy. In when you want something, you have a strategy. I have a strategy. I have set a golden deer. It worked. Your husband went, and you came out, and it's my strategy. You don't think it's I'm cheating. When anything valuable has to be obtained, success is not in how you obtain it. It is what finally you got it around. That is the definition of Ravan Gita. Is what? Hook or crook, get what you want. Hmm? And what in this world is more valuable than your beautiful self? So the next moment, he just simply lifted her and carried her on uh, out of her cottage. Sita was screaming. She had no idea where Ram was. Her scream, yeah, she could scream as loud as possible, but it was not enough. She trembled like a leaf in the wind, and then, uh, but her strength was insignificant in comparison to this thousand elephant powered strength of Ravan. As he did, and then there was just when he came out of the cottage, there came one chariot which was driven by mules, yeah, and that was aerial chariot. So as soon as Ram boarded into this chariot along with Sita, then Ravan just flew into the sky. And when everything was happening, of course, within a very short span, Sita, of course, because of her helpless condition, at least till then she was talking and she thought something can work out and screaming, hoping that her husband can hear, nothing worked. She started thinking, what a big mess I have done. Huh? I didn't hear. It was my reason, my desire that I have asked for golden deer. It is that I have sent Ram into trouble. It was that me who didn't hear to Lakshmana. And all this is because of me, but what to do? So all these things she justified the whole Lakshman episode with herself by reasoning that she had to say something, but and she thought that they were being too presumptuous. Whatever she was thinking, oh, whatever they were telling, if I accepted, that would have been good. But I was thinking they were too much uh, overcomplicating by thinking too much about this small, nice golden deer. And then finally, when this was happening in the sky, Ravan was taking, and then Janasthan at one place came. All of a sudden, Sita was very optimistic that someone can save her. And why? Because she saw that there was this Jatayu who was there, and she just screamed protection, protection. And when all of a sudden, when when Jatayu heard, and then he thought, okay, I am familiar with this voice. Yeah, in fact, Jatayu knows. Yeah, Ram, Lakshman, Sita. Ram and Lakshman were sons of Dashrath Maharaj, who is his friend, and he assured that he gives protection in Janasthan. So he, taking this, when he heard, he immediately thought, "Oh, but by the way, I see with Sita there is Ravan, and who can go against Ravan? He is so powerful." So, so hmm, yeah, when he heard call, he was thinking now when he heard Sita screaming from the sky, he was jolted. He had was thinking, what can he do? Because Ravana is holding her arm, and then although they were quite at a distance, yeah, he could hear Sita's words clearly. She was requesting that he inform Ram that Ravan is taking. She didn't expect that Jatayu will come, yeah, because she very well knows the age of Jatayu is very, very old vulture, and Ravan is very, very strong, and there is no chance for winning. So Sita screaming and calling was just to get the attention of Jatayu to notify Ram that Sita is taken away by Ravan. So with that attempt, she said, "How could he could never defeat Ravan, but he couldn't just be mute witness or to Sita's abduction also. A fatherly uh, a fatherly concern is protection. So Jatayu was very concerned. Yeah, he can't just let it happen that someone takes away uh, the yeah, daughter like Sita. So, but what are the chances that he can win are less. But what are the chance of trying is 100%. So he wanted to give his complete whatever is possible so that at least if he cannot kill Ravan, at least he can delay the the plans of Ravan to take away Sita and hope that Ram may turn up and take care from there. So this was the mood of selfless service, the mood of service at its best is, this is what he learned from his elder brother Sampati. Sampati and Jatayu are brothers, vultures who, yeah, Jatayu is young and full of passion. He want to fly to the sun, and Sampati knows that it's not easy, it's not safe. So, but Jatayu, just out of his passion, he just crosses Sampati and goes more closer to the sun. Just the moment he was about, his wings were about to mm, get burnt, Sampati, as elder brother, he comes to protect. And then, because his wings are burned, then he just falls and falls near the Indian Ocean so far. So he understood what mistake he has done, and he also understood what is the purpose, that his brother has saved him at the cost of his own life. Mm. So here Jatayu also, he says, yeah, if I can't stop Ravan, I mean, I can't kill Ravan, let me at least try to stop him. After that, he thought, okay, let me do. Will Ravan really succeed in whisking Sita away from Janastan? How will Ram deal with Lakshman on hearing that he had left her vulnerable? First thing is, what will people think? Yeah, they may think, hey, I have not done anything. At least whatever little I can do, I should do. So because of that, he decides finally that, okay, let he kill. And then, because he's not ordinary with heavy wings, he was just flapping so that this chariot was shaking. And Jatayu came and he said, okay, Sita, don't worry, I'm here. That sense of assurance that he is there was very, very appreciated. And not only that, Jatayu was saying, hey, you fool, what are you doing? Hmm? Why are you inviting trouble in your life? You're taking the wife of Ram. That's not something that's good for you. I won't allow your evil schemes to succeed. And then he tried. Then Jatayu, at the same time, he saw Sita and said, don't be afraid. I have come now. And he started saying, to Ravan, I warn you, don't hope to survive after drinking poison. Whatever you are doing, it's not good for you. Uh, and he also asks some questions. You are coming and taking away his wife, but did Ram do anything like that? In fact, Khar and Dushan themselves went, they wanted to harm them. So, as a matter of self defense, he did it. So all these things are correct. Uh, and then return Sita at once. Don't carry more than what you should. Otherwise, that heaviness will just crush you down. Don't behave like a fish that's taken out of a pond. And all these examples that Jatayu gives, so that with examples people usually understand what they do. He says, I know that there is a large gulf of difference between two of us. I am old and you are young. I am weak, you are robust. And all these things, I am weaponless. You have Chandrahas, everything. Yet I am fearless because I defend the truth. Because I protect truth, and truth will protect me. So I don't have to fear. So Jatayu, he started saying, if you are as brave as you claim, then fight with Ram and Lakshman in a fair combat. What are you doing these things? The more and more Jatayu was telling Ravan, stay and be my guest today. Give me opportunity to serve you a feast of bloody battle if you really want. I am not going to leave it here. I will fight even if it's at the cost of my life. Ravan, he just hears, but he thinks, yeah, come on, let me go quickly to Lanka. After all, the sooner I go, the more safer I am. Meanwhile, this Jatayu has come and delaying the things. So Ravan starts trying to fight, but very soon Ravan realizes that his strength is not enough. Yeah, because Jatayu with his power breaks the flag of the chariot and throws the 16 donkeys or mules in all directions. The chariot is going to fall down, and all these things were happening. And Ravana thought, the more I mean, I'm not able to win, but I'm also things are getting delayed. Before Ram comes, let me do one thing. Let me play a trick with my intelligence. What it says is, "Hey Jatayu, let's do something. Why to fight like this? Usually Kshatriyas, uh, everyone has their weakness. I'll tell my weakness, you tell your weakness, and let's fight so that we will just target that weakness. Whoever will win, they will win." And it was also one way good deal because Jatayu also thought, okay, let me try only one thing rather than trying 10 things. So Jatayu told, no, Ravan even tells, my weakness is my toe. Hmm? And Jatayu says, my weakness is my wings. Then the fight starts. And now the bird is targeting the feet, which means when it goes down, what is accessible is the wing. So Ravan simply took the Chandrahas, chops the wings of Jatayu, and then Jatayu has lost. And then Ravan said, "Hey, how foolish to just accept as it is. Strategies are strategies." So in this way, Jatayu is killed. And after this, um, Jatayu, yeah, he falls down on the floor, and his Ravana's chariot also, yeah, he swaps to what is it called, Pushpaka Viman from this, which is the aerial celestial chariot, because it's in almost a havoc and a damaged condition. So he invokes Pushpak Viman, then he transfers Sita into the Pushpaka Viman. But after this, then um, they come down to see. Ravan want to come and see whether Jatayu is dead, so that he can peacefully go back to Lanka. And when this lands, the chariot, then Sita runs to see Jatayu, and then Sita, she is so much. Sita screams in pain on seeing her rescuer being slaughtered mercilessly again and again. And then she ran to the edge of the plain just in time to see Jatayu. And she tried, sorry, and Jatayu said, I tried, I couldn't succeed. This is what the feeling that she could see. When this plane came on the ground, Sita tried to run and escape and hold behind a banyan tree, but Ravana holds her hair and then drags her into the chariot, this Pushpaka Viman, and starts flying away. So, I don't know how much time I have. We are very close to finish this Aranyakand. Maybe give me 10 minutes. I'll wind up. So, Ravan could get rid of Jatayu. In spite, Jatayu tried very hard with his all energy. And now, after that, um, then, wait a second, which paper? 242. Hmm. Yeah, sorry. Important point also is that when Sita sees there is no more chance while Ravan is taking in his Pushpak Viman, she arranges all this nose pin and all jewelries into a pouch. Why? Because she saw that now somehow the route that Ravan was going was through the Kishkinda, where she has been hearing from, I think, Bharadwaj Muni or someone, Agastya Muni or someone about Vanaras. So she only heard, but now she could see that maybe these are like that because they appear to be like monkeys but humans. So they are like Vanaras. There are five people, among them one was tall, who is Jambavan. So she thought, okay, let me try to leave this exactly at the spot so that by seeing this, they may help when Ram comes in search of me by chance or whatever, then at least this can be shown that, okay, this is the direction. Why? Because when this pouch was dropped, when the Vanaras saw in the sky, they could see that Ravan was taking this lady. At that time, they don't know who is Sita. They were just thinking she's another victim of Ravan, Japmala. Yeah. So another victim. So okay, they were only piteous and but yeah. So this is what the strongest and the tallest among them held the bundle in his hands while watching the aircraft fly. He was clearly their chief, and with this she dropped the bundle, and then Ravan, uh, yeah. he was navigating through Kishkinda very quickly because he had his own bad days in in the area of Kishkinda because the ruler is Vali, and Vali Ravan wanted to make friendship with no, not friendship. He wanted to kill Vali, but because he cannot kill Vali, that's why he says, okay, I think we can become friends. So that's how Ravan makes friendship with Vali. But anyway, he finally reaches Lanka. After reaching Lanka, he says, immediately, I have chosen 8 important people among the whole ocean of warriors. You immediately go and guard Janasthan. And then he took Sita, captured, takes, shows all his palace and everything, and he wanted to show how great he is, so that he expects that she may fall in love with him. But she says, hey, she laughs and says, oh, what is the use of all these things? Anyway, they will be burnt into ashes very soon. that was that was more painful. And anyway, finally, she is taken to Ashoka Vatika, where there are so many demonesses who guard that, and under that there is this tree under which she was brought, and yeah, Ravan comes, and he wanted to say that to accept him, and there are also some interesting conversations, and finally Sita just takes a blade of grass and just keeps when Ravan says, I am great, I am great, I can do that, I can do this, and you become my wife, and she just takes a blade of grass and puts to show that he is not greater than a simple blade of grass. And of course, there are so many other meanings of the same. But yeah, to and then Ravan becomes so angry. Just he said, "I'm giving you 12 months." Actually, we could even start Antya Lila from here, but I would go later after Sundarakanda. But so he gives 12 months of time. Actually, from here, everything starts where the timing, yeah, is there, and everything is working based on time. We may say, no, no, the time already started, right? 14 years of Vanvas is also a timer. This timer is like a time bomb, yeah. That is a kind of a, periodic where it's systematic. We say, after 14 years you come back. This, if their Lord do not come, then this means the end of Sita. So, but how this message can be passed to Ram? That's what we hear when we go into Sundarakanda and etc. But before going to Sundarakanda, we need to know who is Hanuman. Yeah, who goes to Lanka. That's where we go through the Kishkindakanda. Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you very much for joining last 8 days or 7 days and today. And tomorrow we will have Katha in Gauradesh in ISKCON Cologne Temple. Not only Katha, we'll also have a very wonderful program starting at 1 o'clock that goes till 6 o'clock with sumptuous prasadam of Sri Sri Sita Ram Lakshman Hanumanji. So, yeah, request you to all join with your friends, families, near and dear, that we can celebrate, so that we have made the best of this Adivas of 8 days of Ram Katha, and seek the blessings of the Lord. If I forgot anything, anyone would like to remind me, please let me know. Anything?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Yeah. There's a question from Saurav Prabhu, but before that short announcement, Prabhuji, like, thank you for the wonderful recitation over the last 8 days, Prabhuji. It really prepped us well towards Sri Ram Navami tomorrow. And just for people who are joining newly, we Prabhuji also gives Bhagavad Sapta every weekday at 8:30 p.m. to 9 p.m. So it is the same Zoom link, but we will also be sending a reminder on Monday. So please feel free to join.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, thank you.
Someone would like to join, you can reach any of us or on that to get further details. Yeah, yeah, thanks, Sadish Prabhu. So, We go through the questions of Saurav Prabhu. I have it in front of me. I am saying I am a little confused and have some questions. One is when Ravana captured Sita, if that Sita was not real one, then where was the real Sita at that time? This is first question. The second question is if the real Sita was not with Ravan, why did Lord Ram struggle so much to defeat him? Third question, after Lord Ram defeated Ravana, which Sita came back with him? What? Wait, I mean, there's this small bubble that's covering. Why Sita was reunited? What is the question? Can someone read? Why this special sign is here? Okay, let me read.
Which Sita?
Which Sita? Okay. Which Sita was reunited with Lord Ram? During the fire ordeal, I think we didn't go till that far. Fourth question. Maybe when we go there, we can discuss about four. Third one also we can discuss that time, but we can also cover in brief now. The first question is very important. Very nice. Yeah. So what happened to, yeah. So can we tell what happened to Chaya Sita before the real Sita went inside? Where was Chaya Sita? So this means we can understand when things happen in confidential, yeah, premises. Here, yeah, if Ram would like to reveal the real Sita swap was happening, he could have done outside the ashram. We can see that Ram has gone inside with Sita, and definitely after they had exchanged the feelings as well as plans, then the Chaya Sita, the real Sita, was actually we have you may have heard was taken in the custody of Bhudevi. Yeah, and of course this is what we see when Agni Pravesh happens at that time. Yeah, we can see that the real Sita comes out from the fire, and the Chaya Sita is who is actually relieved from the from Ravana's custody. Yeah, so I think your question something was if real Sita was not with Ravan, why did Ram struggle so much? Yeah, as I said, so this is confidential in a way. So now because you know that there is a Chaya Sita, there is a real Sita, now you're asking why we want to do. But this is being a confidential shouldn't actually be a question, isn't it? Why? Because it's only for us to understand the greatness of that one cannot touch real Sita. Yeah, if Ravana has caught hold of the hair of Sita, it cannot be possible. In fact, when Ravana has caught the hair of Vedavati, Vedavati had power that she immediately chopped that section of hair that was touched by Ravana with her fingers, with the nails of her fingers, so that she didn't want to be tainted. So, coming to your question, where was the Chaya Sita and where is the real Sita and all these things is at least I don't know in detail at what from which door she came out or from where did she get in. But the point here we see is that in order that Ravana can be annihilated, yeah, because that is also the dharma. One of the reasons why Lord Ram appeared, Ram didn't appear just to protect only Sita. That was not the reason why he went to Lanka. He wanted to go to Lanka so that he can kill Ravan. That is the mission. And then, of course, yeah, after Sita is relieved from Ravana's custody or whatever, and then Vibhishan brought, then Ram just used the opportunity. The question may come when Ram has silently, when Ram has silently swapped Chaya Sita to real Sita or real Sita to Chaya Sita, he could do the same thing, na? Why to do the Agni Pariksha? The question may be why Agni Pariksha is needed. The Agni Pariksha is needed so that a common man cannot ask. Because if if a common man like us we are asking why such a swap is done and why Ram has to go to bring Chaya Sita, so huh? So that's why that is kept secret. But at least when Sita Devi is in Lanka for some time, definitely a common man out of foolishness we will ask, hey, okay, how can Sita, who was not with Ram for so long time, how could Ram accept her? So Agni Pravesh in that case is needed. And this confidentiality of Sita and swap Sita is maintained also for that reason. Need not be. Uh, This is first thing. I don't know if I covered multiple questions with this. After Lord Ram defeated, yeah, I think third is covered, which Sita was reunited. So in the end, it was the real Sita, but before that, there was the Agni Pravesh where Chaya Sita went, and real Sita was re re recovered, yeah, in this process. Yeah, Saurabh Prabhu, I don't know. Till three questions are answered, or even four is answered. I don't know. Any questions, Saurabh Prabhu? I don't know. Yes.
Prabhu, Agni Pariksha was happened after the birth of the two children, right?
No, no, no. Agni Pariksha didn't happen that time. No. Agni Pariksha happened when Sita came hmm, from Lanka's, what do you call it? Charasal, I mean, prison. Or, yeah, when after, na, when Vibhishan brings, then it happens. Because Ram asked Lakshman to arrange all this fire, and then after that, this happens, and then Sita Devi comes from the fire, proving her, yeah, chastity only for common man. Of course, there is, I mean, as I said, to answer that question, when we discuss Yuddhakanda, then we can see all this, yeah, common man, whatever may ask, those answers are covered there in detail.
Prabhuji, one question I have.
Yes.
Like in the during this katha, you mentioned that um, Sita Devi was saying some hard words to Lakshman.
Mm-hmm.
Was she the real Sita, or she was the real Sita, right? As
Chaya Sita, right? By then,
that time when you said that she was saying,
before Ram left,
yeah,
at that time the swap happened.
yeah. So then after Lakshman also left, right?
Yeah.
That means it was the real Sita saying these words to Lakshman.
No, no. What happened is the
Ah,
sequence is first the deer comes, step one. Step two is Sita asks Ram to bring. Okay. Because Ram understands, yeah, that from now on, yeah, because this event is going to happen, yeah. So what he does is he gets inside with Sita, and then the Sita who is from here on that we are discussing is the Chaya Sita. So Ram is gone, and after Ram is gone, he kills Marich, and Marich screams. And because he screams such a way that Ram, Lakshman, and Sita are put in worry, or not Lakshman but Sita. So now whatever is spoken here is the Chaya Sita who is speaking that.
and what is the difference between these two Sita? Sorry to ask.
Yeah, Chaya means anyway we know shadow, right?
Okay. Yeah, okay, shadow Sita.
Okay, so which means she's a replica of the real Sita. And this is also, I didn't cover in detail, but because Vedavati, she says that I will become the reason for your death in the next life, and then she annihilates in a fire. And the same Vedavati comes in this form of Chaya or the shadow. So that's what is the,
Uh,
so to say, yeah, the other Sita, other or Vedavati has become the Sita.
okay, I understood. Thank you so
That's why
much because I was a little bit confused with this. Thank you so much.
Yeah,
Hare Krishna.
yeah, thank you.
So, Prabhuji, does it mean that the two forms of Sita return to the underground through the Agni Pariksha?
Hmm. The see because the Chaya Sita was relieved from Ravan, who entered into the fire, and from the fire came the real Sita, who was in the earth, in the custody of Bhudevi. Yep. Yeah, Saurabh Prabhu.
Okay. So one gone to fire and another gone. The real Sita gone to underground,
No,
or
no.
she was always underground.
So it is
Bhudevi.
something that one gets into the fire and someone else comes out of the fire. After Ravan is killed, After Ravan is killed, Vibhishan brings Sita, who is none other than Chaya Sita. Because Chaya Sita mission is completed and the real Sita need to come back and unite with Ram. So the real Sita is coming from the earth through the fire. So fire is an arrangement through which the real Sita is re- reunited, yeah, or brought back. Now, what happened to the Chaya Sita is she went into the fire.
But as far as I know, that at the end, like when Lord Ram's dynasty's people, they asked about the like whether this Sita is okay or not, like was not raped by
Yes,
Ravana or something.
that
Then
comes in Uttarakanda, not in
mm,
Yuddhakanda, but that happens after all return to Ayodhya, after Ram become Pattabhishek, he is enthroned, yeah, coronation, everything happens. When Ram wanted to just understand the happiness of their citizens, he overhears the conversation between a wife and husband who are a dhobi. What is dhobi? Washerman. Washerman. And because again, on that case, some loose talks about the character of Sita was unbearable for Ram. So that's why Ram sends Sita, yeah, to the forest, but not to the forest, but to the ashram in a forest. And that ashram is Valmiki ashram. And there she, at that time, she was already pregnant. That's why, I mean, yeah, then she gives birth to twins who are Love and Kush. Yeah. So this is what is seen, we can see in Uttarakhand. No, Saurabh Prabhu?
and then the real Sita and Lord Ram didn't, like united again, right? Like after like when Sita gone to the ashram.
After that, then Mother Earth will come and say, "You have tortured enough my daughter." So she says, "I can give back your son's love and kusha." This is all you can also see in the Bhagavatam ninth canto. And then the dynasty should go on. Na? So love and kush will continue to take care of the whole leadership. So and Sita will go back um, with Bhudevi. Yeah. And there is also, I mean, yeah, you are helping me or not helping, I don't know. We are narrating the whole Antya Leela right now, which can maybe we were thinking later to have a 7-day katha to go through the remaining part of Ramayana. Maybe in that context, we will go in further detail.
And it seems to me like the Devabhuti was somewhat like act as kind of like Shikonde. Like in the Shikonde, like she was tortured and she cursed the Bhishma that okay, I will
Yeah,
come back again in the form of man, and
yeah,
for
yeah,
me you will
yeah,
be killed.
yeah,
So
yeah.
it's kind of like
Right.
Ravana, the same case.
Yeah. The beauty of our scriptures is they can root not just within one life, but also trace back to different lives, what has happened, why someone is doing like that, why is Dhritarashtra is blind, why he had 100 sons. So many things are there when we are going through scriptures that give us because the rishis they have lived longer than just one lifetime. Yeah. So and you are right in this case that Shikandi, but there is little slightly yeah different. I think it was Ambalika, right? Was it Ambalika who became Shikandi? Yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
Prabhuji.
yeah, yeah. Very nice. You have a lot of gyan in these subjects.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Prabhuji also like, since Saurav Prabhu, brought up uh, the story of Chaya Sita. I think in Venkatachala Mahatmyam, it kind of everything comes to an end, the Dashavadar of the Lord. And right, Lord Venkateshwara, we say him as the Kaliyuga Pratyakshak Devam, because it is said that Vedavati or Chaya Sita was reborn as goddess Padmavati, and also when the swap, when the original swap happened, when Maya, Chaya Sita came back from Lanka, and she requested Lord Ram to marry her. Lord Ram was like, I'm in this Janma
Yeah,
Mega.
yeah,
Exactly, Prabhuji. So that was one thing. And again, Yashoda Mai, she was also not able to see the marriage of Lord Krishna. And
Akulna Devi. Yeah,
yeah, exactly, Prabhuji. So
yeah.
the way, as you rightly said, the way, that's why, maybe I shouldn't tell this in the ISKCON group, but they say, Lord Venkateshwara is the Pratyaksha Devam, because that's where all the promises of the previous avatar comes to an end, until the Kalki avatar comes, they say, Prabhuji. I don't know, I may
Yeah.
be wrong, but
No, no, I mean, yeah, we can see that Lord appears in innumerable forms. Rama Adimurti Shukalo Niyamena Tishta. It says that Lord appears in various forms, in different times, in different ways, as a Lila avatar, as Yuga avatar. Hmm. And yeah, as you said, on one side, we also say Balaji is Kali Yuga avatar, but at the same time, we also know from Dashavatar, Kali Yuga avatar is what? Kalki. So we
Kalki.
can also, it means it's not that there is only one avatar, and it's not only that there is only one type of avatar, but we can only appreciate all avatars are only Lord's potencies in
Agree.
different different leelas to perform.
Yes, Prabhuji, agree, Prabhuji. It does,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Then should we close here? Yeah. Thank you so much everyone for joining. And yeah, if you like these kind of sessions, and if you have not yet been part of the group where we share these things, reach out to, yeah, from wherever you have seen this info that you could join. Yeah. Sometimes we may have to force ourselves a bit to get into these kind of things. Otherwise, we'll be just floating with the flow that's, or anyway, taking us to so many other places of interest. But this interest, what, even if we have little, we should nurture it very carefully. Just like we may want to see a tulsi plant grow with great care. It's not going to just happen all of a sudden that we just pay some $100 and we get a tulsi plant at home. Some things are not uh, something that we can buy. We have to cultivate, and I hope this kind of forums can help us to cultivate that, so that we can develop, advance. And what is that, Prabhu? What is our the pure bliss time? The transform. I forgot. Connect, transform, and bliss. No, I forgot the third one. Our, anyway, if you see any of our flyer, you will be reading that the pure bliss time means connect, transform, and experience bliss. I forgot the fourth one. Thank you so much. Vanchakalpatarabhyascha kripa sindhubhya eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. सीता राम लक्ष्मण हनुमान भरत शत्रुघ्न की जय. वाल्मीकि जी की जय. Tulsidas ji ki jai. Yeah, I also referred Tulsidas ji, for example, in the context. Sometimes we may hear, na, when Lakshman left the place, he has, what is this? Lakshman Rekha. So Valmiki doesn't describe there is a Lakshman Rekha. It is Tulsidas ji who gives this. This is not just one line. It is a circle covering the whole the ashram, where they are. So yeah. So connect, transform, attain bliss. Oh, I covered, no? The three things. Nice. Okay. Hare Krishna. Have a nice evening.
Krishna. Thank you so much, Prabhuji.
Srila
Thank you so
Prabhupada.
much, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.